All right, guys, Chris Hardiman here, Fusion Home Loans, and I'm here with Juan Barreneche, here to chat about everything I've missed with him since I haven't seen him in 9 months. What's up, Juan?
I'm doing great, man. You said my last name correctly.
I had practice.
I
had practice. How have you been?
I've been really busy.
Yeah.
I know the real estate market's gone ahead and gone up, down, left, sideways. It's going crazy with Florida right now. We have, 180,000 active listings. But I've just been enjoying it all. My parents recently moved down here from New York.
Nice.
So the goal was always to retire them and get them to get this crazy New York life out of the way and get them down here to get settled in. So
where did they
just
move?
Moved in. They're right here in Lake Nona. So
nice.
So they're close to me, and everything's been really good. Super happy.
Are you like firmly planted in Orlando now?
Yeah, like it's official. Everyone still thinks I'm in Miami.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's the hair. I don't know if it's how I dress, but like everyone's like, "How's Miami?" I'm like, "It's 3 hours away from here."
Yeah.
But this is home. This is where I want to be long term. I'm having fun.
And this is where you've like established your base of operations
Yes.
for all the businesses, all the everything?
Correct. We started out doing the whole real estate thing in New York. We brought it over here to Florida maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. From there, we started doing a lot of the referrals, and now I'm just 100% referral based. So I'm really just focusing on the staffing operation, which is helping real estate professionals get VAs.
Wow. So the coaching program, you just kind of have that running on autopilot?
Great question. So what ended up happening with the coaching is we would coach these agents one-on-one in a group setting. We'd offer courses, but they would never actually implement what we tell them to do. And it wasn't that it wasn't good. It's just we had like a 1 or 2% success rate. And we went back to the 98% and we were like, hey, what's going on, guys? Like, why don't you guys actually implement this? And it was the same excuse over and over again. Can you guess?
What, they just don't have the resources, the time?
It was always time.
Time is our most valuable resource.
It's the best asset we have. It's the only asset we have. So from there, I was like, oh, well, what if I could actually start selling you time?
Yeah.
So I started going ahead and I said, you know what? Like, what are you struggling with? Is it systems? Is it updating your CRM? Is it following up with leads? Is it admin work? They're like, everything. I'm like, so what are you guys doing? Like, we spend all day doing things that aren't the best use of our time, and that's why we can't make any more money. So I was like, okay, light bulb moment, let me go back and let me see how I could restructure something. I hired my first VA back in 2020 from the Philippines.
All right.
It's the worst experience of my life. I had someone that had really poor English. It was like a 12-hour time difference. They ended up ghosting me. I went through like 5 people. It was a bad thing. But at some point, I actually developed a system to train them and onboard them, manage them, pay them. And now, back about a year and a half ago, I had like 7 VAs. So I said, what if I started doing the same thing for other agents? And instead of coaching the agents on how to go out there and sell more real estate, I started coaching the assistants.
Yeah.
So I developed an entire coaching program. I took my entire coaching company. I started focusing that on the assistants. And now what we do is we hire the assistant, we train them specifically on that agent's problem, and now we coach the assistant weekly. And what ends up happening is the agent doesn't have to do anything. Their problem, we know what it is.
Yeah.
We hire the person to solve it, and we coach that person on how to fix it. So now we're like training like experts on going into their business and solving their issues.
Wow. That's incredible. So the Philippines thing remained the same. It's all about training the actual assistant themselves.
Yes.
The onboarding, the training, getting them kind of tailored into the agent's
It's
need.
just like the mortgage world. You could go out there and get anyone off the street and they're going to be terrible at it. But if you have a really good training process, there's only so much you can do to actually improve what someone is. But you could take someone from a 5 to a 7 or a 7 to a 9. So we started going out there and saying, well, let's test out the Philippines. And it was just, like I said, same exact thing. Very, very, very big quantity of people that were interested. But the amounts that actually had real estate experience, it was kind of like 1 out of 3. So from there, we said, let's open this up. We started going into South America, Colombia, El Salvador, Argentina, Brazil, Costa Rica. We started getting a lot better quality talent, and we started going into Egypt. Egypt is like unheard of, but they're actually one of the #1 call centers in the entire world. So the amount of talent that gets out of college, great English, super ambitious, that wants to now get into being a VA, it's huge. So we staff out of the Philippines, Egypt, South America. We put them through our entire boot camp, and by the time they get through this entire like David Goggins, Navy SEAL Team 6 type thing, they come out of there and they're operators.
How long is the boot camp?
The boot camp for them is anywhere between 21 to 30 days.
Wow.
Yeah, and we used to charge.
Thorough.
Yeah, we used to charge a lot of money for the agents to go through that boot camp. The same exact one, they wouldn't get through it. They just didn't have time to complete it. The VAs, on the other hand, it's like
they're dialed in.
Loving it.
That's incredible. So how many VAs do you have now?
We're up to 45. My goal is to get to 120 by the end of the year.
And it's Gold Bar staffing.
Gold Bar staffing, yeah.
Okay, cool. How many? And I'm sure we're going to go deeper into level of agent, what they're doing, is it a team, is it, you know,
Correct,
all that good stuff. But like, you know, average across the board, like how many agents can a single VA support?
Really good question. So right now what we're doing is all of our VAs are working exclusively with one agent. We do have a couple of one-off scenarios where one VA is working with two, but what we found is not only does a VA work way better if they're full-time, but they work way better when they understand this is who I work for, this is their mission, this is their problem, let me go out there and fix it. When you have a lot of agencies who are staffing one VA for like 4 or 5 people, you never really get someone that's like disciplined and focused on helping you. So we just kind of stick to it with one person.
Okay. All right. So again, much deeper question. I'm sure there's levels to this thing.
Yeah.
But like, when is an agent ready for a VA?
I tell everyone the earlier the better. So if I had to start over from scratch, I'm at 0 in GCI, right? Like I've closed no deals.
Yeah.
And I go out there and I close my first deal. First thing I'm doing is taking 50% of that commission, putting it in the bank. On my second deal, doing the same exact thing, and with those 2 commission checks, I'm going out of my way to hire a VA.
Yeah.
So you may be thinking like, Juan, that's like 10, 15, 20K in GCI. Why would you hire someone so early? Because you have to think about it. From someone to get to 0 to $100,000 a year, they have to go through the same process of lead generating, prospecting, nurturing, following up. From there, you have to update your CRM. From there, you have to tag them. From there, you have to go out of your way to actually reach out to them, do a consultation, confirm that appointment. Then from the appointment, you have to go out of the way to get them pre-approved with someone like you.
Yeah.
Once they're pre-approved, you have to communicate back and forth with the actual person. That, like I said, could be outsourced as well. And then once you do that entire process, you have to show them the thing. You have to draft up offers. You have to create LOIs. You have to go out of your way to reach out to the appraiser, the inspector, like all these things. So what ends up happening is you do this 5, 10, 15 times to get to $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
How much time did you spend on anything that was worth less than $15 an hour?
A huge amount.
Probably 80%.
Yeah.
So if by the time you close your second or third deal, you have, our VAs could be $8, $10 an hour at most, you know? You have $8 to $10 an hour to put to the side. What ends up happening is you get to 100K a year in months versus what it takes a lot of agents, which is 2 or 3 years. So I recommend if you're making at least 50K a year, look into it.
Get
if
on
you're
it.
making at least $100,000 a year, you have to get
You're
into
almost
this.
crazy not to.
Exactly, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I got it. What level of production do you, like? Do multiple VAs ever become a part of the scenario? Like, what's something? Let's sell against yourself really quick. What can't you source out to a VA other than something you have to be physically present to be interacting with a client?
So our concept that we came up with, the company's called Goldbar. We came up with something called the Goldie Zones. So Goldy, right?
Yeah.
And each letter stands for an acronym. So G is your genius zone, and the genius zone is what we would describe as your highest and best use. So if you go ahead and calculate what your hourly rate is worth, I would say it's worth minimum $500 an hour. So for you to go out there and send out emails or draft back responses or to check your calendar or even to book this podcast, right?
Yeah.
You didn't book this podcast. Your assistant reached out to me, did the entire thing. It's just not the best use of your time. So what is the best use of your time? It's doing this. It's building relationships with potential partners. It's striking JVs. It's opening up partnerships and relationships that are going to bring you in more referrals long term. It's working on things that are going to go ahead and help you drive more traffic, like events, sponsorships, ads, marketing. It's you going out there and prospecting and actually meeting these people face to face. So anything that is sales related, and it is the core essence of your job, that's going to pay you a lot of money. That's what we call the genius zone. Okay. From there,
I call those green activities.
Green
so
activities.
We're still G's.
Same G's. Okay, we're both G's. Right? From there, we have O, which is the offloading zone. The offloading zone is everything else. Okay. So now we would go ahead and have emails, calendar, administrative, transaction coordination, reaching out to LOs, going out of their way to stay updated on transactions, and coordinated with appraisals, inspections, websites, funnels, ads, like. I can go down the list. Even answering inbound phone calls, like from a random online lead, it's not the best use of your time. You could have someone qualify them, book them on your appointment. You would want to do the appointment. All in the offload zone. From there, we now have to start delegating that. And in order to start delegating, we need an SOP. We need a system. So now comes the L, the loading zone. So we take from the O, let's say we have, we're still going out of our way to confirm our own appointments. Not the best use of our time. We put that into the loading zone. Once it's in the loading zone, now we start creating an SOP for it. What's an SOP? It stands for Standard Operating Procedure. It's a documented step-for-step process, almost like a checklist of how that entire process works. Once we do that, we record a video. We usually record it on Loom or on Zoom. And once you have a video of that process and a documentation of that process, it's now ready to outsource. What we found is a lot of people that are hiring the first person don't realize they need an SOP before they delegate it. And when you delegate something that someone doesn't know how to do, they end up messing it up. And that's how the entire thing breaks. So you pick everything from the O zone to the L zone. And then once you have SOPs all documented for this, then you put it into the D zone, which is delegation.
Do you try and get your clients, and we'll get into delegation, do you try and get your clients to adopt existing SOPs that you've drafted for these kind of different jobs, tasks, duties?
Correct.
Or do you do?
No, so what ends up happening is we have a good, I would say 80 to 95% of all these SOPs already drafted out for the VAs.
Yeah.
But they go through that through the boot camp before they even get there.
Got it.
The issue is every state, every LO, every attorney, every title company, every agent has a different SOP and a different way they like to do things.
Yeah.
So we actually help them customize and build it from scratch.
Nice.
So you may be thinking, well, now I have to go out there and build out all these SOPs. No, we train our assistants on how to do it for you.
Got it.
And then we built out software that automatically organizes it for you and now gives you your own custom SOP library.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that cover the delegation
Yeah,
part?
that's the delegation part.
All
And
right,
the, and
that's
the
the
why, you
delegation
may be
part.
thinking, I need to come up with, what's the why one? We came up with your waste zone. So if you're ever doom scrolling on Instagram for 2 hours a day, that will go into that. If you're ever going on Netflix and you're watching too much Netflix, the waste zone is for anything you want to reduce or completely eliminate. And probably you wouldn't want to outsource to your VA also.
Can you get a VA to like take my phone out of my hand so I'll stop doom scrolling?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, we could block your Instagram on your phone.
There you go.
That's actually
All
a
right.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I always recommend deleting anything that's a dopamine rush, like your Instagram, TikTok has to go.
Yeah.
YouTube, my notifications are completely paused.
Yeah.
I'm on airplane mode all day long.
Yeah,
So like the entire time of like I'm on this podcast with you, like I have nothing.
Nothing.
No shiny object.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's going well. How many months have you been doing this now?
We started doing this officially about 10 months ago.
Do you have partners?
No, I'm solo owner. We bootstrapped the entire thing. We're profitable. The whole thing that I wanted to do was to build something that wasn't going to scale crazy fast. Because I could go ahead, drop the price, make it super cheap, and scale it out and staff 100 VAs a month.
Yeah.
But the issue is you wouldn't get the right experience.
It's a startup.
So
you got to do it.
We have a 98% retention rate.
Yeah.
Like we've only lost 2 people, and one of them was honestly like their VA came back and they left for a while and they loved their VA.
Yeah.
And the second one, it was someone that was like 75 years old. They didn't understand like how to use technology or Slack, and it just didn't work out. But everyone else, our average agent is doing between $100K to $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
They're on to their second or third VA. They're building their own teams. Like we actually have a really good repertoire.
So let's like derail because you said something really important, which is tech, right? So of all the Goldie boxes that you just outlined, I mean, you've got CRM, you've got dialer, you've got video. Do you kind of like bring the tech suite to the agents? Okay.
Yeah,
so
we call it a tech stack.
Okay.
Yeah, so the very first onboarding call, we're setting up the first half of your tech stack, which is going to be your Slack channel. We're going to go out of our way to really get you set up on an actual Google Workspace email.
Yeah.
And then we're going to set up a Chrome profile. The Chrome profile is actually going to have all your logins so that instead of you having to go in there and tell your assistant the entire thing is set up.
That's beautiful.
We create an assistant email just within their workspace, and then from there we set up the entire thing so they can view your email, but they don't have to log into your email for your own privacy. That's part one. During the prep call where you meet the VA, now we add them to your Calendly. We actually customize your Calendly with the right questions for your entire business. We set them up with a Ring Central phone number, which is a US-based line that can take inbound calls. And then we set them up with any other technology like your specific CRM.
So that's kind of one spot where you're like, hey, the agent has a little bit of optionality there.
Agent
You love
gets to pick
follow-up
their,
boss.
exactly.
You like whatever. You pick
and we
that.
never push our own technology. It's just a matter of like, if you're using something, let's keep it that way. We want you to keep working with what you have.
Will you identify deficiencies? Because like when I'm onboarding a new agent, you know, oftentimes the agent will be like, hey, we want the loan officer to live in our CRM.
Correct.
And I'll see it and I'll be like, oof.
Yeah.
We'll do it. But
Yeah.
this sucks. There's something a lot better out there. Will you
the
be that bold?
The number one thing is during the onboarding call, we always identify what do you actually want to delegate, right?
Yeah.
And we chopped it up into freedom blocks. So we have 4 freedom blocks. The first one is administrative, anything that's to do with like paperwork, transaction management, stuff like that. The second one is personal. So how many times have you gone out there and you wanted to book a restaurant with you and your wife? You have to go on OpenTable, all that stuff. Such a waste of time, okay? Or if you need to go to Mexico, you're gonna go on a trip, you have to go book your own flight, hotel, lodging, reservations, itinerary. How much time do you spend on that mentally that you could be spending on something else? Assistants can outsource that. Bookkeeping, expenses, travel, like all that stuff. So that's the personal. Next is the marketing. Marketing has something to do with like websites, funnels, designs, creatives, Canva, all of that stuff. And then we have sales.
Yeah.
Sales is actually outsourcing the inbound phone calls, qualification, reaching out to lenders, nurturing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Every single agent we come across always wants to outsource sales first.
Got it.
But the irony is sales is what makes them the most amount of money. So they want to outsource their best and highest use. It's like Derek Jeter outsourcing hitting or like fielding. It makes no sense, you know? But instead, they go ahead and say this. So we tell them, maybe you should outsource an admin first.
Yeah.
There's this guy called Gary Keller. He wrote the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. He literally created the entire model to go from $0 to $1 million a year after interviewing hundreds of millionaires. And he basically said the first thing you want to do is hire an admin, because if you don't, you become the admin long term. So that's where we come in and kind of edge them in and like, I think we should reconsider these freedom blocks first.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So You said bookkeeping.
Yeah.
They can actually step away from the bookkeeping component.
Yes.
And
Yeah, if you're managing QuickBooks, for
Yeah.
example, every single time you go out to a restaurant or you're with a client, you have to take a screenshot of that, you put it in your phone, you just save it, you can send it to them, and now they could go ahead and categorize all the back end, they could reconcile expenses, and then when the end of the year comes along for the accountant, you don't have to go out of your way to go crazy and like, what do I do, and put it all together and all that stuff.
that's badass.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sold if I'm a realtor. I love that.
And we work with LOs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's interesting because, you know, LOs, like, unless they're brokers, or some brokers are in this world, but, you know, bankers, just getting someone who is in another country
Yeah.
into our systems, all the security protocols,
Correct.
all the everything that goes into that, that must have been quite the carry.
We're in the process of right
Yeah.
now where we're working
Yeah.
with a bank and they're actually getting us authorized to be part of their entire network because our VAs are going through such rigorous training.
Yeah.
That being said, for the LOs, the brokers, the lenders that we're working with now, a lot of them are just saying, you know what, forget you guys going into my system.
Yeah.
Can you just reach out to real estate agents on our behalf and book us on appointments with them?
There you go.
Because your main source of business is referral based.
Yeah.
So we have all the software with all the agents' production. We don't go after the low producers. We go after people doing $10 to $25 million a year.
Yeah.
We teach the virtual assistant a simple script. Hey, I'm calling on behalf of XYZ Mortgage. How are you? Good. The reason we're calling is we're looking to partner up with a couple of realtors locally. We see that you're crushing it, and we'd love to set up a meeting with our branch manager, Chris. You're free for a call. They do that 300 times a day. They're going to get 30 conversations. 30 conversations go down to 6 or 7 contacts. 6 or 7 contacts going to go down to 2 or 3 appointments a day. That's 15 appointments a week. If you have a 50% show up rate, you're getting 7 appointments a week with a realtor. And that is me freestyling and fast in New York, talking really fast.
Yeah, now that you're in Florida, you're going to have to slow
I know.
that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So right now for the agents, is it just Florida-based realtors?
No,
Okay.
we're working with people in Chicago. We're working with people in New York, in California. We have a lot of clients in Florida. But anywhere that is U.S.-based, that is in real estate, not just in mortgages, not just in being a broker, but working with attorneys, title companies, investors, anyone in the umbrella.
Got it. What's the total percentage of client base that's actually just agents at this moment?
I would say we're at 75%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you're dabbling in the title space as well.
Well, we have a lot of insurance agents that want to go out of their way to build their business. They have the same issues as agents. They're still focusing on the back end. They're still focusing on operations. They're focusing on admin. They're not focusing on prospecting, nurturing, building relationships. So we're like, hey, we'll take this off your plate. And a lot of it's just personal stuff. Like even as far as going out of your way to manage your landscaper or your pool company or things like that, those are all things that can be outsourced to an EA.
Wow. Personal experience, did you start with your own EA and you're like, hey, this is something that just I need to create, deploy?
It's funny, I hired an in-person assistant first.
Okay.
I paid them the base salary. I paid for
That's
the
what I've
workers.
always done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the issue with that is you do get better quality talent, but now there's 2 problems that come along. From a cost perspective, you have W-2, payroll, workers' comp, liability insurance, and now you have to pay paychecks or ADP to go out there and do with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're paying them, let's say, I don't know, $20 an hour, it really adds up to like $25 an hour for you. So it's a lot more expensive there. Second, you now have to house them. And you now have to give them an office to work out of, and there's associated costs over there. And then the third part, you have to manage them, you have to train them, you have to coach them. And what people don't realize is there's 120 to 160 hours that goes into ramping someone up.
Yeah.
So now you multiply it times 500, you just dropped what, 20K to just onboard someone
Getting
and train
them
them?
there.
Yeah, so that's a process, and most people don't have 60, 70, 80, 100K a year to pay someone, which is what a good EA costs with here in the US. So we wanted to be the solution where we could get you someone that's a lot more affordable, but they're college educated, they have really good English, they could be a really good extension of you, and if we were to take that person and bring them over here, they would probably charge 60, 70K a year for the same service also.
Yeah. So what does it cost for this program?
Really good question. So what we do is we get it down to a very simple number. It's $2,500 a month to month. There's no setup fee. It's just a subscription-based package, and it's like Netflix. So you want someone full-time, we could literally get you 30 hours a week guaranteed. We'll make sure that they go ahead and start working with you. Usually within like 45 to 60 days, we have them fully trained, ramped up in your business, and it's month to month. If you ever want to cancel, we don't hold you to a long-term commitment. As mentioned, we have a very high retention rate. We're very confident in what we do. And by doing it this way, we do put up a little bit more risk on our side. But if we could deliver, we get you the result you're looking for, and I get you back 30, 40, 50 hours a week of your time, you're never going to look back. Because our tracker will actually show you you're saving 30 hours a week, which is 120 hours a month, which at your hourly rate could be 30, 40, 50K a month. And then at that point, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
How are you growing the business? How are you marketing it?
We haven't started marketing it.
Okay.
Everything we've done up to this point is referrals, word of mouth. We've been just redefining the onboarding process, making it better. We've been redefining the way we do the boot camp with the VAs. We're adding more coaches. So my mentor always told me, before you want to scale something, make sure it's built for scale and make sure that it's designed in the right way where if people do come on board at mass, they're going to be happy. So I know we only have one reputation in this business, and for me, there's already so many VA agencies that have such a bad rep. And I want to be the one that actually has a good rep, and what I'm sacrificing is growth, meaning I won't bring on as many people at once, but the 3, 4, 5, 10, 50 people we are onboarding per month, those people are going to be super happy.
Are you still doing any of your speaking engagements or the seminars, any of that stuff?
Yes. So we're actually collaborating. Are you familiar with Real Producers?
Yeah, of course.
So Remington's a good friend of mine. He's the CEO on a national level. He's actually hosting his first national conference. We're going to be one of the platinum sponsors for that entire conference. So we're working together on that side.
Where's that going to be?
That's going to be in Dallas, September 29th. Yeah.
Right after Tom Ferry.
He's Tom Ferry's speaking there, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, he has Rory Vaden, Molly Bloom, like Jonathan Spears, like really big speaker. That's gonna be an awesome thing.
Yeah.
So we're still doing our conference as well. We transitioned more to webinars. We just did one, I think, actually 2 days ago with Jay Chan from Selling the City of Netflix. We had 250 people on, and our goal is, hey, how can we do this once a month with a top producer?
Yeah.
Educate everyone and make it free. So I still do want to do a lot of trainings. I'm still doing speaking engagements, but the whole goal is to give away the education for free. Really just educate everyone on what to do to get to 100, 150K a year, and then once they get there, to call us so that we can be their in-house HR team.
Got it. What's the 10-year vision, man? Are you building this business to sell it?
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah. Okay.
That's the goal. Yeah.
Okay.
The goal is to build something that 3, 4, 5 years down the line, someone comes to us and says, "Wow, you've built up something that is turnkey. It's unbranded, as you notice. I don't put my name into it. But what we're building is a culture. The VAs honestly feel like they're part of a family instead of just working for someone else. And the clients, what they're getting is they're getting a community of other people where our average person, like I said, they're making between 100K to 500K a year. They're starting to work amongst each other, learn with each other, refer amongst each other, all of that stuff. So I'm building up a turnkey asset that I could eventually sell one day. And then once I sell that asset, the goal is to give back. I'm Catholic. I believe in God. I want to go out there and empower people. I want to empower my community. I want to help others see what the big picture in life is. And my goal is to help as many people as possible. And I know that while I'm chasing money and while I'm going on my way to build my business, I'm really not distracted on the big purpose. So for me, it's phase 1, build my company, sell it. Phase 2, help a lot of people. Give back. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Love that. What keeps the VA sticky with you guys? Like what keeps the VA locked in on your
Really
end?
good question.
Yeah.
Yes. The number one complaint we get with VAs is how much they get either disrespected, taken advantage of, underpaid, or ghosted when working directly with a client, or worse, working directly with an agency. So a lot of these agencies just treat them like just dispensable.
Yeah.
Like they go out of their way to just go ahead and hire someone, and they'll just go ahead and stop like speaking to them because they hired someone better, or they'll forget to pay them on time. And like, I don't think there's anything disrespectful that you worked for 30 days straight and then you don't get paid when the time comes around. So what we do is we go out of our way to tell the client, listen, you're our client, but our VA is our client first.
Yeah. And
we're going to make sure that this VA is respected, that they're taken care of, that they're heard, that they're paid on time, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So we actually handle the payment on behalf of the client, and we make sure that all that's taken care of. And then we brought in performance coaches, people that are really good when it comes to like mental health and all that stuff, just to coach the VAs.
Got it.
So the VAs are getting a community, they're getting the culture, they're getting the education, they're getting the back-end, they're getting the support. If they ever feel like something's wrong, they have a private account manager they can reach out to. And when you combine all of this together, and we have such a strict qualification process, we hire 1 out of 150 people we actually interview.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is you have this close group of 45 people, and everyone is loving, respecting, full of empathy, just really kind-hearted, honest, ambitious people.
Yeah.
And that's it. They're like, Juan, I've never found anything like Global in my life. I've never seen anything like this. You're building such a powerful community. They're promoting it for us. Half the VAs come to us through referrals, and like it's people just like them. And that's pretty much the goal. It's to continue keeping it where like we're keeping away and setting up big boundaries for anyone who's supposed to come in, like cause a toxic environment. And then we're just building a great community with great people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any U.S.-based employees? Like, are you doing like a payroll here? Anything?
Great question. We're 100% virtual, but we have staffed 2 people in person. So I had a great friend of mine. She's the VP of a national company, and she reached out to me. She's like, Juan, I love your VA concept, but I need someone in person. I'm building out a brand new office. I need a full-time assistant. I need them to follow me around. I need them to tell me what showings. Like, can you hire someone that person for me? So I said, give me your qualifications, give me your criteria, give me your budget. And then we went out there and we found the person Honestly, it took us 4 days,
Yeah.
start to finish. We staffed
That's
her.
fast.
Yeah, it's because I already know what they want,
Yeah.
and my entire like staffing process, from ads to jobs to like getting all that stuff built in, it's laser proof. I have an applications manager, a hiring manager, a staffing manager, and an entire ads team just for that. So if you tell me, hey, Juan, I want a brand new LOA, and I need to be in person, I'm going to pay them $40K a year, whatever it may be. I'll literally have like 20 applicants for you in the next 5 days.
It's incredible.
Yeah. So we're not really trying to focus on scaling that out too much, but if people come out to me, we have an incredible client, multi-million-dollar producer out of Florida. She needs an operations manager. We're in the process of staffing her right now. We can do that as well.
Wow. Are you laser focused in on this business right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. This
That's
is
the main focus. Everyone always asks me, are you still selling real estate? My entire real estate team is dissolved. I actually send out all of my referrals to agents that I connect. I am an investor in a really cool real estate referral platform called AgentBid. And AgentBid is basically going to revolutionize the way that we do referrals, because right now, if you want to go out there and find a referral partner, you go on social media, you go word of mouth, you go on WhatsApp, you blast people. It's really inefficient. What if you just went on this app and typed in that you have a referral in California for, I don't know, a $2 million buyer?
Yeah.
And instead of just random people reaching out to you, or you're looking up a directory, people started bidding on it. And now we have agents bidding 30, 40, 50%.
But vetted agents.
Well, our AI now looks into their transaction history and gives you a ranking of how qualified they would be to actually go ahead and be that. Yeah. So you may get a referral for 50%, but the agent may suck.
Yeah.
Versus that 25% referral is the top agent there. You may want to work with them. So that's what that entire platform does.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
Jumping back to Gold Bar staffing.
Yes.
How does AI play into that? Just the inlaid AI within the tech stack? Or are
Yes.
you doing anything?
No, great question. So in our delegation platform called Goldie, so it's Goldie.ai, you go onto this platform, and then our AI is going to serve as your assistant for delegation. So when it comes to delegation, you have to identify, well, what's the task? How many hours a week are you doing it? And then what's it going to take to actually build out that SOP? Our AI will build out the entire SOP for you. And then once it's built out, you go in there, you tweak it, you record the video, and now instead of you having to take, I don't know, 3-4 hours to build out this crazy Word document, and you put it into a Google Drive and you never know where to find it, our entire SOP library just created your SOP in about 90 seconds. You edited it, you recorded a quick 3-minute video, and boom, in 10 minutes, you have a fully documented process that you could outsource to anyone.
So clearly you're not a fan of Google Drive. So what's file management for
I have
your
over
product?
400 SOPs on my Google Drive. It's a mess. You have folders with subfolders, with coloring, with different. It's crazy.
I'm not a fan of Google.
Yeah, and then if you want to onboard someone, what you have to do personally is your SOPs in your head. So now it's like, follow me around for 3 weeks, let me teach you. But God forbid they leave, now I have to do it all over again. Whereas with us, if my entire staff left, God forbid, I could still rehire and retrain them in about like 3 weeks. And get them all up to speed because I have those SOPs in place. So that's what we're doing for agents. It's like, let's document your process. The way you do your business is very unique to you. Once you have your 20 or 30 main SOPs, now we can go out there and staff that person. But if that person leaves, quits, gets promoted, whatever happens, you could rest assured at night that the entire system is ready to go.
So you're doing, the big event teamed up with real producers out in Texas.
Correct.
But you also do Gold Bar Live.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So
about
Gold Bar Live is the national conference we started maybe 3 years ago, back when Gold Bar was originally a coaching company. And the reason we started that was we had no brand and no credibility in the coaching space. So we wanted to go out there and create something that could show people like, hey, like we know what we're talking about. This is our concept. These are our systems. So we went out there and said, you know what? Let's do a really cool event in Orlando. It was actually the first place we did it. And we had a good 300-400 people show up, and it was awesome. The issue was we didn't have really any big speakers. And that's kind of what people wanted. So we said, let's go out there and let's do New York City. So we did New York City. We got Ryan Serhant, we got Josh Altman, Tracy Tudor, Josh Flagg, Dina Goldenteyer, Aaron Kerman, all the big stars, the best of the best. And that was
the names realtors want to show up to see.
Yes, and that was like a game changer. 1,000 people, Times Square, sold out, billboards, everything. And from there, it was kind of like Gold Bar was born. We did a Fort Lauderdale event. That was really cool. And then 4 months ago, we just did Miami. Dina showed up again, who's the top agent in Miami. Frederick Auckland came. We had the CEOs of Douglas Elliman, Corcoran, EXP. This one was Kobe Carpers. This was like massive. So from there, it's like now we're like, all right, we're solidified. And our entire conference, our event is about educating you on how to replicate success. So the way Dina built her business, going out there and starting to sell at the Continuum with her first building, to going out of her way to building her brand, to staying super hyper local and building relationships with all these high net worth individuals, what ended up happening was she realized that, wow, like I can become the best at this market and this asset class, and that's what she did, and that's why she sells so much real estate. But what was her listing presentation like? What did she do to prep for these presentations? How did she actually go out there and find these clients? What did she say in the beginning? No one knows this. So I could go out there and do these individual interviews, or I could go out of my way to just bring them all for one day and that's what we did. And just the recording alone
It
from
was just
that,
one day.
it was one day. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a 6-7 hour conference all day long. We get all these speakers. Just the recording alone of that thing is a masterclass on new development, luxury, new construction, working with builders, getting into the market, breaking in. It really like created a really cool experience.
Wow. So is there going to be another?
We'll see.
Okay, got
It's
it.
a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
We're doing the webinars for now, which we're doing once a month,
Yeah.
and it's the same concept, just with one person. But the national one, I don't know who else I'd get. I
Yeah.
literally went down the list and got every top speaker I wanted, and like, I don't know.
People will come back out annually.
Well, if you're there
to hear-
speaking,
yeah,
maybe we'll-
I don't know.
We'll drive
But
the
yeah,
masses, yeah.
Yeah, but if you do that once a year, I think you
Yeah.
could do it again, you know?
Well, you know what it is to do something at that high a level? It's 6 months.
Oh,
Gio
yeah.
was involved with that.
Yeah.
He knows what goes into it. It's 6 months of prep because you have to prep the advertising,
Yeah.
you have to prep the venue, you have to do production, you have to do visuals, you have to do presentations, you have to do speakers. They each have assistants, and they need to go ahead and qualify on their calendar. You have to pick out the dates. You have to. When you really put the entire thing, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars and probably like 500 hours that go into it to do it well.
That's okay. The EAs can handle the 500 hours.
That is true. Well, I do have my ops manager, and if it
Yeah.
wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to do it. But
Yeah.
even with that, it's like, well, is that the best use of Laura's time?
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like, we're debating to see if we do another one.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Thanks for showing up.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And
Let's not go 6 months.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. And then if anyone's interested in learning more about the staffing or you want to hop on board, goldbarstaffing.com, or they could
Perfect.
follow me on Instagram at Juan, Juan Goldbar.
Juan Goldbar.
Yep.
Love it.
Just like that.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother.
Cool.